Hello and welcome back. This is our second video in the Heisman Where Are They Now? Today we'll be looking at Larry Kelley of Yale. He was the second Heisman winner, or the first winner of the Heisman Trophy when it was actually called the Heisman Trophy. In October of 1936, John Heisman, who was the club's athletic director, passed away, so they renamed the trophy after him. The trophy that Jay Beringer won was not called the Heisman Trophy, but was called the Downtown Athletic Club Trophy, though the statue and everything else was exactly the same. Larry Kelley was born in 1915 in Ohio. He played high school football in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, then moved to Peddie School in Hightstown, New Jersey. In high school as well as Yale, he played baseball, basketball, and football, and was a star in each. He actually said that he was better at baseball than he was at football. He was actually approached after graduation by two very high-profile Major League Baseball teams. But we'll get to that later. In the 1930s, subbing out the entire offense and defense wasn't really done, so Larry Kelley played both offense and defense. He played the end position, which on offense was what we would call a tight end, and on the defense, a defensive end. He is one of only two players that primarily played on the line of both offense and defense to win the Heisman. Larry Kelley helped lead the 1936 Yale Bulldogs team to a 7-1 record. This was good enough for number 12 in the rankings. He finished his football career at Yale with 49 catches, 889 yards and 13 touchdowns, and scored a total of 96 points on 16 touchdowns. I could not find any records of his defensive stats, so I believe he scored 3 touchdowns on defense from interceptions. He would play in 2 more football games after he graduated Yale. He played in the East-West Shrine game in 1937, where he'd make a game-saving interception, and he also played in the College All-Stars game versus the NFL's New York Giants. In the 1937 NFL Draft, Larry Kelley did not hear his name till round number 9, pick number 87 by the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions offered him $11,000 to play for them. That comes out to roughly a little over $200,000 in today's money. 2 Major League Baseball teams also offered Kelley contracts: the New York Yankees and the St. Louis Cardinals. The New York Yankees were in the middle of a four-peat from 1936 to 1939. So had he joined the New York Yankees, he would have won 2 World Series in 1938 and 39. And then on a side note, about 5 years later, in 1942 and 43, the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Yankees both met 2 times in the World Series, with St. Louis Cardinals winning the first and New York Yankees winning the second. And though in 1944, St. Louis Cardinals would win versus the St. Louis Browns. So had he chosen a baseball career, he may have had multiple World Series wins. So what did he do after graduating from Yale? Well, he turned down the NFL contract, as well as the Major League Baseball contract, and he chose a career in academics. He returned as a teacher to the Peddie School, which is a prestigious college preparatory school and a school he attended before he attended Yale. And there he taught history and mathematics, as well as he coached the sports teams. And while there, he attended Princeton University to pursue his graduate degree. When World War II broke out, he attempted to join the military, but was unable to join because of a punctured eardrum, which he gained while playing football, though this did not stop him from helping as best he could. He left the Peddie School in 1942 and joined the defense industry, and he worked at Lawrence Aeronautical Corporation in New Jersey. They produced auxiliary engines for military planes during the war. After the war, he didn't go back to the Peddie School. He was hired by the Daniel Hayes & Co., which manufactured gloves. While working for Daniel Hayes, he was also an assistant coach to the Gloversville High School varsity football team. While he didn't play football anymore, he did join the Mayfield bowling team, as well as the Mayfield Pirates, which were a semi-pro baseball team for 2 years. And in 1948, he led the Pirates to a bi-county league championship. And then in 1949, he served as the team's player and manager. Throughout his post-football career, he was a speaker at many events. Many local events he volunteered to speak at. In 1958, he went back to his first love, academics. He joined Cheshire Academy, which was a college preparatory school in Cheshire, Connecticut. He remained there until 1970 when he returned to the Peddie School in New Jersey as the school's alumni director, and he stayed there until 1975 when he officially retired. In 1969, Kelley was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, and throughout his life, he was a dedicated member of the Heisman Trophy Foundation, as well as a director of the Heisman Trophy Foundation, and was present in New York each December for the Heisman Trophy presentation and dinner. The Heisman Foundation produced 2 official replicas of his 1936 Heisman Trophy, and he donated one to Yale University in 1981, and the other to the Peddie School in New Jersey. In 1999, Larry Kelley put up his Heisman Trophy for auction. He did this to benefit his nieces and nephews. It was sold for over $320,000, which today is about $520,000. It was purchased by the owner of the Stadium Bar and Restaurant in Garrison, New York, and sat on display with other notable historic pieces of sports memorabilia. This restaurant has since closed down, and I was unable to locate where his official trophy is now sitting, though it is probably sitting in the owner's home now. 6 months after the sale, Larry Kelley committed suicide in his home. Though nobody knows exactly why, his health was declining, as he had suffered a stroke a year earlier. Larry Kelley had a larger-than-life personality, and he drew crowds no matter where he spoke, whether it was a local dinner party or a large dinner event. He'll go down as a historic player not only at Yale, but in the NCAA football world. And there will always be a question of, what if? What if he joined the Detroit Lions? What if he joined the New York Yankees or the St. Louis Cardinals? What would his name be? Would it be known as many of the high-profile players of his time? We'll never know. And I think that's okay, because he chose a life that he wanted. A life in academics, a life of teaching, and a life his way. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we took a look at the second Heisman Trophy winner, Larry Kelley. Next episode we'll be taking a look at Clinton Frank and his life during and after football. If you have any questions about a non-Heisman winner, let me know. I can make a video about them as well. And also like and subscribe so I can continue to make these videos. And again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.